This is a video on green chicken curry paste, to be followed by, well, it's paste, not the chicken part. Next part will be green chicken curry. The boss, my missus, has already ground up some dried herbs in mortar and pestle. They were, what were they, Prue?
Cumin seed, coriander seed, roasted, white pepper and mace. And
she's just prepping some green and red chilies at the moment. The green chilies are jalapenos we've been growing out in the backyard. The red ones are also just little ornamental ones like bird's eye ones or something like that. Got some garlic, some galangal that was harvested from the backyard as well. And
some turmeric.
Chopped up some shallots.
There's some turmeric in there.
Turmeric?
I haven't done that yet, but it's in here.
Lemongrass paste, because our lemongrass is all woody and crap, and boss has harvested some fresh turmeric as well. That looks really fantastic. And we got some coriander. I think we're going to use the roots for the paste. The only cooking part of this was roasting the coriander and the cumin seeds before they get smashed up in the mortar and pestle. The next parts will be bashing everything together so you get a paste. I'll give you a look at that when it's being done. You can see how messy it becomes because we've only got a small mortar and pestle.
I want a big one.
And yeah, the boss wants a bigger one. The mortar and pestle, that is. And I'll show you when the paste is finished. So what am I doing out here near the shed? Coconut grater. It needs to be fixed to this piece of timber. Sit on the timber in a chair, grate your coconuts. I don't want to sit on this chair and I don't want everybody else to sit on this piece of timber because you might get a bunch of splinters on it. So I'm going to dress it up, make it nice and soft and oil it. Victims. I've got a bunch of coconuts. Well, we've got 3 there and I've got another couple up in the house. So got to knock the husks off, crack the coconuts, and hopefully the coconut's going to be fine. So I'll get into that. It's going to be a bit of a chore, machete job. Take a couple of short vids on the way through so I can see what's happening. Just had a thought. I got some plantain bananas that I picked just recently from over there. One of the banana trees fell over, and this bunch of plantain bananas was just hanging over the fence. They're not going to ripen up, just too green, so they're very starchy. They're a not something you'd eat like a normal Cavendish or ladyfinger, more a cooking sort of thing. So I'm thinking I might actually stick a couple of those in the green chicken curry as a potato substitute, see how they go. It'll either be good or it'll be terrible, one of the two. Alright, some carpentry work's just about finished. I've sanded that all up, now it's nice and smooth. Prepped it. They'll get oiled with just some vegetable oil, some canola or something like that. The grater itself, the little holes that are in it, probably okay if it screws, but I've got some nice stainless ones here, countersunk ones. A little bit too long for the timber, I'll cut them down though. But the holes are too small, so I've drilled them out and I've actually rebaited them with my rebaiting tool as well, so they almost sit flush. But they're certainly better than what they were. So I'll cut those screws down so that they don't go all the way through the timber. And I'll probably stick a little bit of construction adhesive on the back of here. Yeah, food safe of course. And fit this up and see how we go, eh? Just starting to get to the serious part of husking those coconuts now. I've got a machete, that's what I'm going to use to husk it. It was just a little bit blunt. I've just put an edge on it. I've just tightened up the edge on it both sides, and it's certainly sharper than it was. I've just used a fine steel file and a little bit of carborundum paper just to clean up that edge. Just gonna put that stuff away and I'll show you the grater. That's it, finished there. I've just got to oil it up with some vegetable oil, but I'll wait till I've finished these coconuts. If anybody ever tells you that husking coconuts with a machete is easy, go buy coconuts from the shop. It's a bit of a chore. Just thought I'd show you where I've got one nut out. Looks pretty good. The eyes are nice and white on that. Still some water in it. This one's just about done. These aren't large coconuts by any means, but it's the flesh I'm after in these, not anything else. And the greener one. The greener one should actually be easier to husk, as these brown ones are pretty fibrous. Well, that's it. That's the 3 coconuts husked, and all the crap that comes off them. I'll do a short video on how you crack a coconut. There's pretty 300 million of them on YouTube anyhow, but I'll show you for the purposes of this video. Well, while I've been up the back husking coconuts, probably been in here smashing the crap out of all that stuff, as I mentioned previously. You can see it there. Obviously on TV and stuff, smell it, you can push it, smell it. It smells great. And like all jobs, you gotta finish it clean up afterwards as well. As it was explained to me by a Fijian over in Fiji, the way to crack a coconut, you have a look at the eyes. You can see 2 eyes at the top, 1 at the bottom. You can see a line between the 2 eyes. There it is there. He says just to crack it about the centre there, and you'll see in lots of other videos. Then run it around, and it should crack in half. I'm not going to video that because I don't have a tripod, and I can't crack it and hold it at the same time as holding a camera. Well, that's the first crack that's appeared. I gave it 2 good cracks. I give it a couple more and it should split in half. 2 halves. Are they perfectly? No, they're not perfect, but they're broken in half. Got a little bit of coconut water in there. Give that a clean up, put it in the fridge, see how it tastes later. Well, on to the next 2 coconuts. That's the 3 coconuts cracked. Coconut juice. Now I'm going to get into the grating, the serious hard yakka. Yeah, the boss has got the camera. Should be my tripod. So I'm just starting to grate around the outside there, then I'll work down towards the bottom. My idea is not to get any of the brown skin or husk off from inside, so you don't colour the coconut. See, it's grating up around there quite nicely, slowly but steadily. Well, that's the job done. 3 coconuts, not too much of the brown stuff in there. They're the husks. So just chewing on a bit of coconut. It's alright, made a bit of a mess. That's alright. Blow back. Job done. This part of the video is dedicated to foraging. Our lemongrass, as you can see, is a little bit woody. Got it in a pot. I think we're going to end up throwing that away and growing some fresh stuff. Just isn't really producing anything of substance. Ginger. Didn't add any ginger in this recipe for the green curry paste. Turmeric. This is turmeric. See where Prue's dug up some just down here. That was used in the recipe, some herbs and stuff. Kaffir alliance that was used. Rosemary wasn't. Galangal was. See what she's rooted around there. I think that's all she foraged from the garden at our place for this. Alright, coconut milk. 2 methods. One is I could stick all this in a blender with some water, warm water. Blitz it, blitz it, blitz it, blitz it, blitz it. Or I can just stick some warm water in it, let it sit for about 15 minutes and then push it through a blender. I'm just going to do the soak method. I've got 3 coconuts, about 1.5 litres of, well, it's a bit warmer than warm, but I'll stick that in. That's that. Let it stand for 15 minutes and run it through a sieve. Alright, I've just finished squeezing out the coconut milk. I let it sit for about 20-25 minutes in warm water in this bowl. Then I had a sieve. I used this sieve here. And I put this muslin cloth over it so that the water and milk and all the coconut rind and stuff that was in there went through the muslin cloth, then the sieve into this bowl. So I got quite a bit there. As I said, I put a litre and a half. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all the coconut shreddings out of that. I'm going to put it into the blender with probably a half a litre of warm water and give that a blast and do exactly the same thing, just to try and extract the rest of the oil and cream out of the shredded coconut. Well, that's a second squeeze of those coconut shreds. Ordinarily you'd say that's coconut milk. I'm going to stick that in the fridge like I have with the other one, let it sit overnight and skim off the cream, and I'll let you see what happens after that process. Rightio, a night's passed since finished doing these extraction of the coconut water and cream from the shreddings. Just thought I'd show you. Probably can't, well, you can't really see how much cream's in this bowl here, but because this one's a clear one, you can probably just see a line across the top. That's cream up the top there, so what I'm going to do now is skim off the cream from the milk. That's the amount of cream I've got off the top of those bowls of coconut milk and cream. So it's probably a bit more than a cup. What I've done with the rest of it is I've stuck it in a saucepan. I'm going to reduce that pretty hard, probably at least half, if not a little bit more. It's just a little bit watery at the moment. I just want to get it a little bit thicker or more intense in flavour anyhow before I use it for the green chicken curry.